You've seen what we're up against. We got to get this house cleaned up so we can start working inside. I wanted to give AI a chance to clean it up. I call him Chad. He's not as good as he thinks he is yet, but he sure is proud of himself. We'll also meet some new friends.
That character!
We'll go see a cool building downtown to get the permits started.
Pretty incredible.
We probably better start cleaning for real, and I'll finally tell you how many dumpsters it actually took to clean this place out. Make sure to stay to the end to get the final count. You can watch me do a few tedious jobs with hand tools while we figure out what the house wants us to do with it. I'll even tell you a story about a plumber who needed a place to go to the bathroom. I might even try to keep from saying any smart aleck comments.
Probably not.
Subscribe and watch us start getting this house into shape.
Hi, we're Jesse and Aaron.
Over the years, we've rehabbed, remodeled, restored, rebuilt, and renovated a lot of houses.
There you go.
We just bought this 120-year-old historic home.
And none have been quite like this.
It's gonna be an adventure.
Can't figure out how to turn this around.
Good morning. Today I'm headed down to the city building. I'm actually here already. So we want to unenclose the front porch. I got to put some dumpsters there for trash out and for demo. So I've come down to the building to find out what it is I have to do to get permits for these different activities. So I just wanted to give you a shot of this city building. It's incredible. If you've never seen it, this is in Salt Lake City. Incredible. Old building. I mean, it's not old like Europe old, but it's old for us. Anyway, that's where I am. I'm headed in there. Probably not going to bring you with me because it's a city building and I don't think they let that happen, but I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, I just came from the permit building to put my dumpster on the street. I need 2 different permits. Neither of them do I get in this building. I actually have to walk down the street that way about 2 blocks.
Seems to be a very efficient system.
And there's another building. I have to get a permit from Streets Department and a permit from, they said engineering. I'm not sure what that's about. I think it's to be able to cross the park strip. Anyway, I have to get those 2 permits to put the dumpsters out. And then I have to get what they called a certificate of minor alteration or certificate of appropriateness to pull the porch off the house. And then once I've done that, or got that permit, I come back and get an actual building or demo permit. That's a lot of permits for one little job. All I'm trying to do is clean out the house and remove the enclosed front porch. Anyway, it's going to be a journey, so hopefully it all works out. It's always a can of worms that opens up. Of course, if you don't get them and your neighbor's telling you, that's a whole other can of worms. So here I go.
These 2 guys are brothers. They're named Mario and Norbert.
Side character!
They help me sometimes on some projects. I guess they aren't really side characters. A better name for them might be supporting character. I did myself a real big favor and hired these guys to help me with the cleanout. So here they are cleaning out the living rooms. Man, they move fast. This is actually well into the day. They've already moved a lot of stuff out by now. I think we've got a couple dumpsters under our belts by this point. Here we go. 2 more dumpsters. Let's go. Getting full. The funny thing that happened here was we set up a camera to do a time lapse, and they kept going over to other parts of the house to work for a while. So we didn't get a real good time lapse of this, but here's what we got. Here we got dumpsters 3 and 4 that are full. Looks like we overfilled them a little, broke the rules. Do not fill above this line. Gonna have to get the guys out here today to take care of that because they're coming to dump early in the morning. This is another day, and now we've moved upstairs. That's right, we couldn't get it all done in one day. Not even 2 days either, in case you're wondering. Getting there. Still a bit of work. So it's day 2, and these are dumpsters 5 and 6. Believe it or not, the guy that was living in this house was living in this very bedroom. The bed looked a little bit more like a bed at that point. It's a little messy here because he had us look for some video games that he left behind and a couple DVDs. and he wanted those things. So as we climbed on the bed to look on the shelves and pull things off, it got a little bit dirty. What are these, 7 and 8? When you clean out a house, you got to be careful and notice nails and screws so you don't pop your tires or your neighbor's tires if you want them to still like you. Every day I pick up, I don't know how many, half a dozen or so at least. It's surprising you can't see them all at once, but for some reason you can't, but I find them every day. Nails. These ones are extra evil because they'll stand on their end and get you. Nails and screws, nails and screws. These cutting scissors. Got to go out of town next week, pretty much all week, for doctor's appointments for my wife. She has Lyme disease, which isn't very nice if you haven't heard of it. And she's a breast cancer survivor. We'll probably talk more about that later. Alright, let's go up in, see what kind of progress we got. So far looking pretty good. A lot more empty than it was. Discovered a door over there I didn't know existed. We didn't know it was there because it was buried in garbage. Also, if you try and go out it, you'll drop down 5 feet to the driveway. Nice. Real nice. Empty. Empty. That's what I love to see. Empty. Mostly empty. These floors look like they're in pretty good shape. Kind of dark in here, so it's hard to tell. Maybe we can take some sanding. Once we finally get to the point where we can get some light in here. Now that's different. Much less stuff in here. It's funny, I didn't even realize before that the floor was carpet. So that's crazy. Looks like we still got some stuff here. Upstairs. I mean, close. Definitely left. Lights on everywhere. So that's not a deal. Close this window. Every time I leave and come back to the house, this window is open. The good news is, the window opens and closes. It's one of the only ones in the house that does. The bad news is, it doesn't open or close very easily, so I have to fight it every time. Here we find a radiator hidden in this bay window seat. I guess that little vent is to let the heat out. Huh. It's a pretty cool little faucet setup. I don't even understand how it works. A dial on both sides. A dial on both sides. This is where I realized that I sometimes shouldn't think out loud. But don't worry, I figure it all out here in just a second. Bizarre, I wonder if those are body jets. That's right, genius. Wow. They are. I think they are. Wow. Pretty small though. I think that shower is asking to be a little bit bigger, if we can find a way. Probably be a good idea to make the closet less deep and the shower a little bigger. I don't really want to rebuild this house much. Got to be careful where you accidentally reach and work the switch from. You grab that little boy somewhere you don't want to. Alright, these bedrooms, let's see what's happening. Most everything out. I've never actually walked all the way in this room. They definitely left windows open for me in here too. Darn it. I get it. They wanted to be able to breathe. It probably was pretty dusty in here. Nevertheless, I really want the windows open. So all of these windows are sincerely cool. It's just a shame that somebody over the years didn't take care when they painted and stuff, so we're gonna have to do a lot of work to clean that up. So try this other room. Never been able to walk in here either, that's for sure. There's the door onto this deck, if we want to call it a deck. And I guess that's the view of the back neighbors. I wonder if my wife wants that mirror. She does. Looks like it used to go to a dresser. Keep an eye out for this mirror in future episodes. I have a feeling it's coming back.
Well, let's go try the attic and see what it looks like. Also, get my GoPro off the wall here. Hope it got some footage.
Oh, well, got at least a few layers of paint. Interesting. You weren't in there when I ripped that camera off the wall, were you?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't know how I didn't record myself burst out laughing, because that was hilarious.
It was funny when I watched it back.
How many layers of paint are on there?
4?
Yeah, at least 4, and I think 2 different wallpaper. So that's going to be fun to process when we go to paint.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just do this.
I did do just that. Why can't I?
Wallpaper, maybe?
Well, that's considerably decluttered. Can't say that it's done still, but it sure is better. Close this window. If I dare go in here, the green shag bathroom. I'm really happy to see that this window isn't gone. It's just opened. Actually, while I'm up here, take a picture with my phone out there.
I want you to notice there are 2 more full dumpsters out there in the road. I think that's 9 and 10, and we're not quite done yet. Did you notice how many types of carpet we've unveiled?
There's a lot, and it's gross.
Yeah.
Also, as a designer, that pizza box is nice in the window.
Yeah, that makes for a good curtain shade.
Mm-hmm.
But just to go back to the carpet for a minute, we had a blue shag in this attic, a green shag in this bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
some other kind of shag up on that shelf thing in the attic.
Also, if you go back and watch, there's a lot of rugs on top of carpet.
I didn't even notice that, even still.
Mm-hmm. I just did in one of the bedrooms.
In that purple bedroom that we like to call purple bedroom, it has carpet on wood, which is a different type of wood than the rest of the house.
Yeah, the other front bedroom is the one that has carpet on wood, but then rugs
Gotcha.
on that.
I think that bedroom with the carpet on the wood is because the wood got damaged. I think the radiator must have leaked.
Mm.
Jesse's Jobs. Jesse's Jobs. Come along and watch me do Jesse's Jobs. Unfortunately, this is the first time I've ever realized that I'm getting old. I can't really see the slot in the screw, so I'm making Erin shine her flashlight on the screw so I can even see it. I just want to break into this real quick and acknowledge the fact that this is a really long scene about a guy removing a screen door. It's so that I can close this space off so that squirrels aren't jumping in and out all the time. There's a lot of squirrels around here.
Mm-hmm.
And out this door is the deck. Would you call it a deck?
No, the hazard.
Yeah, what kind of hazard? What would you call it?
I don't know,
More
like
like
a
walking the
rickety, yeah, like a little widow's walk to literally kill you or so.
Yeah. So we haven't had a chance to tear that down yet, so we have to close this opening off so that nobody's going out and getting hurt, and no squirrels are coming in and getting trapped. We came over to the property today to meet a plumber over here. He's going to give us a bid and some information on getting the radiators going, because we have these beautiful radiators all through the house. This is how it was originally heated. I want to see if they still work, if it seems like it's energy efficient, or if it's just going to be a big expensive mess to get them going again. And while he's here, we thought, why not let him bid replumbing the house? So while he's wandering around, I'm going to look at another project that I've been wondering about. On a lot of the walls, we've got this crazy texture. Okay, I know this isn't a wall, it's a ceiling. Just bear with me. And by the way, before you ask, that is not asbestos.
And then we have it on a bunch of walls too. So I'm gonna go find a section of wall, and I've got this handy dandy tool that you use when you are cleaning up the edge of sheetrock to smooth it out. I'm gonna see if maybe that knocks down that texture easy, or if we're gonna have to come up with something else clever to do to fix that. So I'm gonna run upstairs, find a wall that can do that, and try it. So here's a section of wall we can try that I was talking about with these really tall dimples. So I'm gonna take that tool and I'll just see if it sands down easily or not. Might be hard because it's got paint. Well, that seems like it's working pretty good. I mean, I don't really want to do this across the whole house, but. So good news, that works. If I don't come up with a better method before we do it, we can take it down with that, and then we can just throw another skim coat across with the right texture that we want.
This isn't necessarily how we're going to remove this texture. We're just experimenting, trying to find the most cost-effective ways to get the finishes.
Or maybe full smooth, but certainly not this. So we got here and I talked to the guy for about 1 minute to use the bathroom. We don't have water yet because the city hasn't put it in our name. They hadn't gotten notice from the title company that we closed a couple weeks ago. So there's a little bit of a slowdown there. I told him you can go upstairs. We've got a couple toilets and there's probably one flush in each toilet. So he ran up to see if there was, decided there was no water in the tank, didn't know what to do, and I said, go find somewhere. So he zipped away and is trying to find somewhere. In the meantime, I think I need to find a solution for him just in case he comes back and doesn't find a Circle K close enough. So I'm gonna go look and see if I can find some sort of bucket or something. Then I'll go over and talk to these neighbors who are really friendly next door and see if I can use their hose, fill up some water, and take it up there for the toilet. So let's go search for that. There's gotta be something around here. Worst case scenario, I can use one of those, I guess. But I'm gonna look for something bigger. Garbage can. Love something smaller. But we cleaned out the house, so there's nothing smaller. So I guess I'm gonna use that garbage can. And then, like I said, I'll call this neighbor, see if he'll let me use his hose. I see a hose, so that's probably good. Okay, I got about 15 gallons of water in here. It's not super light, so I'm gonna hoist this upstairs and we'll use it to fill the toilet.
Okay, there's really only probably 6 to 8 gallons of water. I just wanted to look tough. And no, if you caught it, I don't know what it means to hoist it upstairs either. I'll just carry it. How about that?
Alright, now we've got at least one flush and 2 toilets for that plumber. If he comes back, he'll know what to do. We talked about the story of the plumber a little bit. I think it needs a little bit more detail. So he showed up, he was a referral to us, he was going to look at the radiators to make sure they work and tell us what it would take, and hopefully he was an expert. We understood that he was on radiators because he helps one of the neighbors around here. And so he was going to tell us if it was efficient, if it wasn't, that kind of thing. And I was here and he showed up and he started walking up the steps, and as soon as he got up about 3 steps, he asked me if we had a bathroom, and I told him no. And so he bolted down the street. I told him I'd get him some water, and he did not want to wait. He couldn't. And you weren't here for that yet.
Mm-mm.
You walked up and wondered where he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, he did eventually come back, looked at the radiators, told us about that. We asked him to please bid the rest of the house, let us know what he thought it needed. And he was walking
through the house. He hadn't even looked at the plumbing yet. And he said, have you ever thought about just tearing the house down? You were here for that, right? Or did I tell you
I
that?
do think I was here for that, but I wasn't with you because you two walked around for a while.
Oh,
So I wasn't by you. I wouldn't have been nice. My face is very loud.
well, I just told him not even for a second that was a crazy idea. But what did you actually think?
When you told me that?
Yeah.
Bring him back here so I can punch his throat. Because he works on historic
Supposedly.
radiator. Like his whole job supposedly is radiators. So why would you walk in a home with functioning radiators that's your bread and butter and ask if they're going to tear it down?
Right? He clearly couldn't see the vision of the house. We did. We still do. It's going to be awesome. It's worth not tearing down, I think. You think?
Yeah.
We get a lot of neighbors that come by. Hopefully, I don't know if we'll ever get to catch any or dare put them on camera, but almost every day that we're working, people are walking up and down the street and they say nice things to us about the house. Like, thank goodness you're here. I'm wondering what it looks like inside.
Oh, good. It's not the murder house anymore.
Or won't be soon, right?
Yeah.
Wow, how are you getting this much stuff out of there?
Yeah.
That kind
Yep.
of thing. So, if we ever get a chance, we'll show you some of the neighbors as they walk by because it's really a positive, uplifting thing that really helps, especially in this scenario where it's a big piece of cheese to chew on. I don't think that's a phrase, but maybe it will be now.
Yeah.
It's a big cheese to chew on. Big piece of cheese to chew on. Get it right.
Yeah.
Anything else we should say?
No.
So we had 2 other plumbers come, by the way, and I'm sure we'll talk more about them. Actually,
They didn't recommend tearing the house down.
correct.
Over here waiting for an HVAC guy to come and give us a second bid on HVAC, obviously, so we can talk about heating and cooling this house. And I was over here talking to our new side character. Side character!
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was a mistake. Erin's no side character. She's a main character. Nobody puts my baby in a side character corner.
And she said, if you're going to make content for YouTube, you have to have a lot of content. So we're going to spy in the neighbor's backyard to see how low or high it is. I think I might want to ask them if they're willing to sell a little portion of their backyard to us. Who knows how that'll go. But in the meantime, we're going to take a look.
Do you want to just boop over the fence?
Dude, there's a chicken coop right here. Now for the moment everyone's been waiting for. How many dumpsters did it take? It took 12. That's right, 12. Plus 2 loads with my dump trailer. And we haven't even gotten to the demo yet. We are in the car headed to the tile store to pick up some tile for another job and also to start getting ideas for the tile for this job because I don't think it's going to be just a normal run-of-the-mill straight tile kind of thing, right? We're trying to match it.
Yeah,
Make it look old.
Yeah, to be correct.
Yeah, that's the words I'm struggling to find. So, this is probably where we're going to end this video.
Like and subscribe. I can't say subscribe, but you can. You should. Share with your friends. Let's grow this.
Yeah, please, let's grow this thing. We're going to try hard to get a video out every week, at least this next one. I'll promise this next one comes in 1 week from the day this one releases. But it's hard. I'm a slow editor. We're trying to make the videos kind of interesting. Trying to record them and edit them amidst other jobs and do our voiceovers while we have people in and out of the house. It feels awkward and weird. And she's a movie star, but I'm no actor. So anyway, look
Thanks
for one.
watching.
Cut. Go back. I'll say you're a movie star and then give it one little breath and then you'll say thanks for watching, okay? Anyway, it's hard. She's a movie star and I'm no actor, but I'll get one out in 1 week.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Gotta find my way to you, even though you're next to